So, good morning and welcome back to Daily Transfer Update. Apologies if you can hear the noise in the background. It is gale force winds over here in Spain this morning. And it actually woke me up, which was a result because I didn't hear my alarm. And I'm luckily going to get this out on time. But we're going to speak about quite a few players today. Now, more updates than anything. We're not necessarily linked to anybody new. But we're going to start with Jerome Boateng. Now, Jerome Boateng, we know, is the Bayern Munich centre-back. We know that he's played there for years and years and years and won everything you can win. We know this. He's 31 years old. We know this as well. But he is linked with a loan move. Now, this loan move with an option to buy is something that came out earlier in the transfer window. It was then muted that it was just take him. You don't even have to pay a fee for him. It was then, you can have him for 12.8 million, etc., etc., etc. Now, I don't really want him, if I'm being honest. I don't want him to be at the club. I don't think he's good enough. If he's not good enough for Bayern Munich right now, what makes any Arsenal fan think he's going to be good enough for us going forward? We're in turmoil. We're under a new manager now that is trying to change the tide and change everything, but it's not quite going to plan at the moment. And I don't see that Jerome Boateng coming in is actually necessarily going to change that. Like, for me, midfield's a bigger issue than the centre back issue. I think that Jerome Boateng would come in on nearly £200,000 a week, which is a massive, massive issue. And the reports coming out of Germany this morning suggest that we're going to take him on loan. It's somebody Arteta likes, it's somebody he rates, and it's somebody that he thinks can make us better defensively. Now, listen, if he does come in, we've got to back it, we've got to go with it, and we've got to see what happens. But I don't want it to happen. But it is kind of catching pace over in Germany. And listen, there's not long left of this transfer window left either. So, it might be a lot easier to get a loan deal done now than it is to get an official deal over the line with all the paperwork, the medical, agreeing personal terms, working with other agents, etc., etc. And this is why I get the ump with the football club, because we have had months, not just January, months, from the end of the last transfer window to now. What has Raul Sanhaley been doing? What has he been doing? Yes, I know they sacked Emery. Yes, I know Arteta's come in, 6 weeks ago, whatever it may be. But in that 6 weeks till now, what has he actually done? Because surely Arteta would have come in with a list of players that he wants and his needs and stuff like that. And that's then down to Raul to go out there and do the deals, maybe Edu as well. And it doesn't appear like they're actually doing anything. I mean, they probably are, but it doesn't look like they are. But again, leave it in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts on Jerome Boateng. Do you want him? Just put yay or nay. Let's move on to Layvin Kurzawa. Another one, another cheap and cheerful one. Go Arsenal, go Arsenal. Now, Thomas Tuchel, the manager of PSG, has come out and spoken about Layvin Kurzawa. And he has had this to say. He has said Layvin is number 2 behind Bernat in the left-back position. I haven't spoken with Layvin or anybody else about the departure in this winter. We need him, and Layvin will play tomorrow. This was when he spoke on Saturday. And against Lorient, which was yesterday. I don't know the result of that game. I don't pay any attention to the French league. But he said he has played well recently. Now, listen, I know this could be all talk, it could be all hype, it could be to try and drive the price up, and he might come in this window and we might pay a fee for him. All the reports I've read over the last couple of days or week or so suggest that it's going to be a 5-year contract and he's going to come in the summer. If that is the case, then I'd imagine Kolasinac going to go, which would be great, fantastic, see ya. But we're going to replace him with somebody who's, nowhere near as good, if not even Premier League ready, not even anything. He's not even, for me, I don't rate Kurzawa one bit. I'd rather promote a youth team player behind Tierney. But again, leave that in the comment section and let me know your thoughts on that one. Now, let's move on to another player, and that is Bruno Guimaraes. And this one's speeding up a lot. There was reports that came out yesterday that suggested that, Edu Gaspar, they came out on Saturday suggesting that Edu Gaspar is leading the negotiations on this one, and it could possibly be done. Now, we sent scouts to the game, his last game. Chelsea had scouts there as well. But Benfica are still, to this day on Monday, still the only team that have officially put a bid in for him. That bid is £17 million, 17.4, something like that, with 4.1 million in add-ons. Now, they're holding out for 25 million straight. Now, again, I don't know where I sit with this deal. This guy could come in and be great, he could come in and be flop. I don't know. I don't know who he is. I've never heard of him until we were linked to him. But again, it smacks of just like weird. Why are we going after this guy? Why are we trying to get this done in January? Who are you replacing in the team? Because, you know, Granit Xhaka's playing well at the moment. That's not to say that I want him to stay. But, you know, I just don't understand. Like, you know, some people tell me he's a defensive midfielder. Some say he's a box-to-box. Some say he's deep lying. Listen, the fact and reality is he's also now linked to Lyon. And Lyon, the reason he's linked is because Tussat, their midfielder, might be going to Werder Bremen, which ironically is the team that wanted Granit Xhaka, that we decided, no, you can't leave. We're going to beg Granit Xhaka to stay. Now, make of that what you will, but for me, I just think that firstly, we should have sold Granit Xhaka, and then we could have probably funded this deal off of the Granit Xhaka sale. But if we are going to go and buy this guy for 24, 25, 26 million, whatever it is they want for him, where are you playing him? Because Torreira's not getting dropped anytime soon. Granit Xhaka, I'm sure, has a clause in his contract that says if he's fit, he plays, because he's played under 4 different managers now. And I don't see where this guy fits into the team. Yes, obviously, if we get an injury, then cool. But are you coming in as a first-team player? Because if you ain't, that's an awful lot of money to be wasting on a reserve. And like I said in previous transfer videos, I think that we could go out there, spend maybe a little bit more money and go and get a better player than maybe from the Brazilian league. Especially with the way our midfield is. We're so clueless in midfield. And again, he's another one that's going to come in, if he does come in, that doesn't score any goals. You know, our midfield is already void of ideas in terms of goal scoring. We've probably got one of the lowest midfield goal scoring records in the league. It'd be nice if any of you guys know that, if you could leave it in the comments section, because we've scored hardly any goals from centre mid this season. I know that when we played Sheffield United the other day, I know their midfielder Lundstrom, I think he had 3 goals this season. I think that was more than any of our midfielders, which is just ridiculous. But again, it's a deal where I look at it and I just think we could put that money somewhere better, somewhere where we could go, do you know what, he's playing in the Premier League, he's available, let's go and get him. Somebody like Max Aarons would be ideal. I think we need a right back, maybe a midfielder. We could go for Decore. I've said that one enough times. I know indeed he's out injured, ironically. Since he's been out injured, they've lost 2 in a row. So, listen, there's some big players out there that are going to be bigger fees than Bruno Guimaraes. But again, it smacks of cheap and cheerful Arsenal. I'm sick and of cheap and cheerful Arsenal. We've got money. We've got a massive revenue stream. We've got loads of money sat in a bank account. Please just go and spend some of this money. It is getting boring now. I know we've nearly wasted another transfer window. And then what will happen is we won't get anything done, or we'll do the cheap little deal or the free signing. And then we'll go to the summer and the excuse will come out that, oh, the Euros are on. Sick and tired of it. But anyway, that's it for this morning. Do subscribe to the channel. Do like the content and share it around as well. I would appreciate that. And thank you to everyone who subscribed already. Don't forget, I will be back at 5 o'clock with a combined 11 for the Chelsea-Arsenal game, which plays tomorrow. Then at 9 o'clock this evening, I will be back with a preview for that game. Hopefully, I will find a positive and find a way that we can beat Chelsea. Let's hope that Mikel Arteta is trying to do that as we speak. But anyway, have a wonderful Monday, and I'm out of here. Laters, peeps.